All right, a couple of wild stories for you. The first one is out of the Houston area. Of course, Houston never fails to provide interesting content. A Chinese woman was allegedly kidnapped by an illegal alien out of Honduras and locked in the closet for days. Second one is a woman in California faked a kidnapping by ICE. Let's check it out.
And that is where we start this evening on KPRC 2 News at 5. I'm Keith Garvin.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, only on 2 tonight, chilling surveillance video captures a Honduran national dragging a Chinese immigrant down the street in northeast Harris County. Tonight, that man is accused of aggravated kidnapping, and investigators believe he's part of a much larger human smuggling and sex trafficking ring.
KPRC 2's Bryce Newberry is live on Elderberry Lane on the northeast side where deputies made that arrest. Bryce.
Keith, Daniela, investigators tell me that this Chinese immigrant came to Houston from New York looking for a better job and better pay in the massage industry. But when she got here to Houston, someone stole her Chinese passport and she ended up locked in a closet of this mobile home behind me. Then investigators say that this surveillance video that we're about to show you helped them be brought to this location. It is disturbing. Take a look. That is video from Monday, the 44-year-old woman being carried down the street here after she tried to run away. Tonight, 22-year-old.
What a scumbag. What a scumbag.
Jose Carcamo, a Honduran national in the country illegally, is in the Harris County jail with an ICE detainer. The Harris County Sheriff's Office got called here because of that video. They found the woman locked in a closet of this trailer with a board screwed across the door. The woman told investigators she'd been held captive for at least 5 days, maybe longer, and she didn't remember the last time that she ate. She also claimed that Carcamo sexually assaulted her multiple times inside of that trailer, and she came from New York before that. Her first stop in Houston, though, is where investigators say she had her Chinese passport stolen, and that's a location that investigators are still trying to figure out. But the suspect told investigators when questioned here that he had no idea who she was, but using that video, they were able to connect him to her, and now they are looking for additional victims as well as suspects.
We believe there are more people involved than just him. He obviously is not the one that drove her from New York. This is a very traumatic event. You know, you're in a foreign country. You were brought from one giant city to another that's halfway across the country, south, and she has no friends, no family, nobody is here for her. So we've got to do everything we can to ensure that she can trust us to do our jobs and find the rest of the people that are involved in this.
So this evening, deputies tell me that she is safe. She's being housed in an undisclosed shelter for her safety. And investigators tell me that that woman...
Man, I can only imagine the trauma that she went through and what she's still dealing with after that.
Did have a cell phone, but it didn't have any service, so they're trying to use any potential location information to track back other places that she may have been or people that she may have been connected to. But investigators really need your help with this one. If you have any information, again, about that suspect or suspects possibly connected to this location here on Elderberry Lane, the Harris County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers wants to hear from you. We're live in Northeast Harris County. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Man, wild stuff. Wild stuff. Want to read a little bit more about this. Lieutenant John Klafka, who leads the Adult Special Crimes Unit at the Harris County Sheriff's Office, said the investigation began after authorities received a 911 call from Elderberry Lane about a woman screaming for help. In the area of Beltway 8 and Highway 90, deputies were told a witness had seen the woman running down the street before a man grabbed her and carried her back to where she had run from. Scary stuff. Deputies spoke to a man at the location who told them he was just a worker and the building was a mechanic shop. There was also a trailer home on the property. When deputies started asking questions, Klafka said the man wasn't giving a lot of information and claimed he didn't know anything. He knew there was someone in the house, but he claimed to have never seen her, said there was a woman that lived there but didn't know her, didn't see her, never had any interactions with her. So after deputies were given consent to go in the home, they heard a faint knocking sound In one of the bedrooms, they found a closet with a board screwed to the door to keep it shut. When deputies opened the closet, they found the woman inside and started talking to her. She was a masseuse in New York. She was offered a position down in Houston that paid more. So she was given transportation down here. Someone drove her here. She had spent about 4 or 5 days in a car driving down here from New York. Yeah, so that 4 or 5 days, somebody drove her down here. Don't know who it was. Wasn't that guy apparently. And that happened. He's not the person that drove her from the first location in Houston. This is Klafka talking about this. We know there's other people involved. As for the victim, Klafka said she is safe in an undisclosed location, receiving counseling and medical care. Yeah, that's scary stuff. So I just wonder how many people are involved with this, how many suspects and how many victims there are. This was all planned. She needs a ride. She doesn't know anybody. She gets a ride. Maybe she found somebody online, to give her a ride, and then she came down here and she got scammed. And it ended up being, trafficking. Scary stuff. Locked in the closet, sexually abused. Scary stuff. All right, next one is about this LA mother accused of faking an immigration kidnapping. This is wild.
Now at 4, a South LA woman accused of staging a fake immigration kidnapping.
Before I do this video, Houston, Harris County, they have a lot of work to do. They're making some headway. ICE has arrested about 2,600 in the Houston area the last 2 months. If you go to one of my previous videos in the past week, report on it, 1,361 in June and another 1,249 in the month of May. And there was an operation that led to 646, and then also an operation that led to about 422 arrests. So they're making headway, but there are a lot of problems down in Harris County, not just by people here in the country illegally, people in the country illegally as well, causing a lot of problems down there in Harris County. So hopefully they get that cleaned up. Let's keep going.
Is now facing federal criminal charges. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm John Fenolio. She allegedly claimed she was being held in a facility near the border, but the Department of Homeland Security says they found her at a mall in Bakersfield. KTLA's Sarah Welch joins us from South LA with the story. Sarah.
Hey, John, good afternoon. The Department of Homeland Security says Julie Calderon made this whole story up, that it was a hoax, that she blamed federal agents while stoking fear in the community. Free Julie now! Back on June 30th, family and friends of Julie Calderon claimed she was kidnapped in this Jack in the Box parking lot off Alameda in South LA by federal agents or people working with them.
Ununiformed men in unmarked cars kidnapped Julie.
But the U.S. Attorney's Office says that was a lie. In its criminal complaint, they say these are photos of Calderon, a citizen of Mexico, on June 25th, parking her Toyota in the fast food parking lot, getting out and then walking across the street to get into another vehicle at this gas station and later driving away. Days went by and the family set up a GoFundMe to help find her, and they also filed a missing persons case with LAPD.
She was taken straight from here to the border and pressured to sign self-deportation paperwork.
Calderon claims she used another person's cell phone to say she was taken to a warehouse at an unknown location. But federal investigators say that was also a lie. And when we asked LAPD, all they would tell us is that they had closed the missing persons investigation. Federal investigators say Calderon was never in federal custody. And on July 4th, they located her with this woman at a parking lot in Bakersfield. Investigators say she stuck to her story. She'd been kidnapped. And these are photos investigators say Calderon created to make it appear as if she was in custody and
Look at that. She made herself look like she was in distress. The hair all messed up. She may have put some bacon grease or something on her shirt. Looking like she's in serious need of help. Not the case. Woman's a fraud.
Being mistreated. But the U.S. Attorney's Office says she orchestrated the phony kidnapping to generate public sympathy and solicit donations. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office released this statement saying dangerous rhetoric that ICE agents are kidnapping illegal immigrants is being recklessly peddled by politicians and echoed in the media to inflame the public and discredit our courageous federal agents. He went on to say, in terms of this case, all those involved will face the full consequences of their conduct under federal law. Now, Calderon has lived in L.A. for more than 20 years. She's charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal agents. So far, no one else has been charged in this case, but the U.S. Attorney's Office says this case is ongoing. We did reach out to Calderon's family and the family attorney, but we haven't heard back yet. Sam, we'll send it back to you.
Sarah, thank you.
See, now you just created problems for yourself by concocting this conspiracy that ICE agents kidnapped you. I mean, look, this rhetoric is dangerous. This rhetoric is dangerous for the media and all these people vilifying them, making them seem like they're Hitler's soldiers. And you're going to have stories like this come out and make it even worse. I mean, how much money was this woman planning to raise? How long was she going? How long did she want to keep this going? It's crazy stuff. You had family members involved, and those people back to holding signs. I don't know if they knew, if they were in on it, or they believed it. They believed the lie. I mean, yeah, if it was a true story, then yeah, that's actually very horrible and should never happen. But obviously, it wasn't true. Did not happen. So, woman's a fraud. I'm glad her fat ass was caught. So I don't know what's going to happen or how this is going to play out going forward, but let this be a lesson to those out there who want to fake a kidnapping from ICE. Just watch the story. Don't make the same mistakes. Just get a job and don't. Look, she was trying to make ICE look bad, and she was also trying to get money. So just for her, it was she had an agenda, obviously. But yeah, I wanted to share those stories for you. One real kidnapping here in the state of Texas, and one false kidnapping in California. I should have worn my California shirt for you. To represent, since we're covering California and Texas. But I hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.